Thousands of tourists have flocked to Mount Etna to witness its spectacular eruptions, but local authorities report that some are blocking streets, hindering rescue services from reaching those in need.
수천 명의 관광객들이 화산 분화 장관을 보기 위해 이탈리아 에트나 화산에 몰려든 가운데 현지 당국은 이 중 일부가 도로를 막는 바람에 구조 차량이 사고 피해자들에게 접근하는데 애를 먹고 있다고 호소했습니다. Oh no.
It's the videos and the pictures of it are really spectacular because
tell us about it.
you can see the lava coming down the mountain and the mountain's covered in snow and people are skiing near it. People are hiking up it. You have to have a guide apparently. But the big issue here is now safety officials in Sicily, they're warning day trippers, which would be people that live close by that are just, Italian people that are coming to see it. And then you have tourists as well, that they're actually causing quite a dangerous situation while trying to get a view of the latest eruptions. This volcano, it's been sending ash and lava into the sky. It's caused flight diversions at a nearby airport. The head of the Sicily's regional civil protection, he's described the tourism in recent days as wild and extremely dangerous. As we mentioned in the headline, apparently a lot of tourist cars, they're parking along narrow streets. And this is hindering rescue vehicles from getting there because there have been some accidents. No deaths or fatalities have been reported. However, on Monday, 8 people, including 2 children, got lost. They were located several hours later, but the fire department was called in to try and rescue them. On Sunday, a 48-year-old man, he suffered a fractured foot from a fall, and 4 other people had gone missing the previous night.
그렇군요. 자, 이 화산을 보기 위해서 많은 사람들이 몰려들었는데 관광객들뿐만 아니라 현지 사람들도 많이 몰려들었다고 합니다. 아까 day tripper라는 얘기를 하셨는데요. So one more time, what's a day tripper?
That would be someone who lives close by, but they're just going down there to see something.
So they're
and
not
then
staying at a hotel or anything.
No, and they would be people from close to that region, right? They'd be local people who just came to have a peek.
네, 데이 트리퍼라는 거는 그날 그냥 잠깐 놀러 온 사람입니다. 그래서 아마 현지 사람들이 될 것 같아요. 그래서 묵고 있는 사람이 아닌.
I'm sure many people in Korea take day trips,
sure.
right? In the summertime. Like I know people that will drive to Sokcho for the day just to have some seafood and sit by the beach, and then they head back to Seoul.
Yep, exactly. All right, let's look at the verb to witness.
To see something, and it's to see something happen with your own 2 eyes, live and in living color. You're not witnessing something. You're not watching a video, you're actually seeing it.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Also, a witness can be a noun when in a court situation, right? Because you saw something, you witnessed an event, they call you in as a witness.
That's right. 자, 목격하다. 동사 witness. W-I-T-N-E-S-S. 그리고 명사 witness는 증인이 되겠습니다. 자, 그다음에 hinder 한번 볼까요?
Hinder is to interfere with something or to impede some progress. It means to make something more difficult to complete or to achieve. You get in the way.
Sure. 자, 여기서 말하는 hinder라는 것은 무언가를 못하게 한다, 방해한다 이런 뜻입니다.
So sometimes people can be hindered by an injury, right? You're not walking so fast because you hurt your knee or your back, and that's hindering you. Hindering you from getting from point A to point B as fast as normal.
Exactly. 자, 다시 한번 헤드라인 읽어보겠습니다. Thousands of tourists have flocked to Mount Etna to witness its spectacular eruptions, but local authorities report that some are blocking streets, hindering rescue services from reaching those in need. Now let's move on to the next headline.
The Australian government will ban foreign investors from buying established houses for the next 2 years as part of an election pitch to tackle surging home prices.
호주 정부가 치솟는 주택 가격을 잡기 위한 선거 공약의 일환으로 향후 2년간 외국인 투자자의 기존 부동산 구입을 금지한다고 발표했습니다. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to have to ask you what an established house is, though.
That would be a house that exists, that's already built.
So it's not a new construction or a new house in this case.
Right. Okay. Or even buying lots as well. Okay. So foreign investors could do that, but they just can't buy established houses. And this is all because an election is coming up. The date is not set yet, but it's a parliamentary system like in the UK and Canada. So an election must be held by May 17th. Could be earlier, but it has to be held by then. And polls are showing it's very close at the minute. So the government, they've said from April 1st, foreign investors will be banned from buying property, established property, until March 31st, 2027. And then this restriction will then be reviewed, if this government stays in place. But from what I read, the opposition party was also pitching something similar. Yeah, so they're kind of just following suit with that because Australia's housing is some of the most unaffordable in the world. Canada would probably be up there as well. Similar situation here. In Sydney, housing prices have jumped almost 70%. 70% in the last 10 years. And this soaring property prices, this will be a key election issue. And this is amid a broader cost of living crisis, which many Western countries are feeling right now, especially younger voters. This means a lot to them because so many younger people are now facing the fact that they might never be able to afford to buy a home.
그래요. 호주에서 이제 선거가 있을 예정이라고 합니다. 아직 날짜가 정해지진 않았지만 그래서 이제 여당과 야당이 각각 여러 가지 공약을 내세우고 있어요. 여당은 ruling party, 야당은 opposition party라고 하는데 이제 대표적인 공약이 치솟는 집값을 잡겠다. 그것의 방법 중에 하나가 외국인 투자자들이 기존 부동산 구입을 못하게 하겠다라는 그런 내용이라는 거죠. ruling party가 먼저 이런 걸 내걸었더니 opposition party도 follow suit 했다. 비슷하게 공약을 내세웠다. 이렇게 보시면 됩니다. Alright, let's look at to ban something.
To ban something means something is not allowed. You don't allow. So you can also, in the UK, they tend to say bar more often.
Okay.
A lot of times you could use this if somebody did something bad at a pub or a restaurant. The owner might say you're banned or you're barred. If we see you try to come back in, you're not getting in. You're not allowed in. Were you ever banned or barred from any establishment? You were.
Of course.
I can imagine. Right.
자, 그래요. 외국에서는 이런 퍼브 같은 데서 뭐 좀 행패를 부린다든지 난동을 부린다든지 그러면은요, 그 주인이 금지시킬 수 있어요. 다시는 우리 펍에 들어오면 안 된다. You're banned from coming back to this bar or this pub. 이렇게 할 수가 있거든요. 제한하고 금지하는 거를 banning 한다고 하죠. B-A-N. What about to tackle a problem?
Tackle a problem means to deal with it. And we usually use it for tackling a problem or some challenging task.
그래요. T-A-C-K-L-E, tackle. 이거는 어떤 문제를 이제 해결하려고 하다. 원래 스포츠에서는 뭘까 attacking 하는 사람이 있으면은 defense가 그 공격수를 막는 수비하는 is the who tackles? Sorry, I shouldn't have brought up the sports analogy. Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, a defending player like in football they'll call a tackle when you just try to get the ball, but in American football or rugby it's when you actually take the player down to the ground. So it's used slightly differently in different sports.
그렇군요. 스포츠에서는 뭐 공격이 될 수도 있고 수비가 될 수도 있겠군요. 근데 그때도 태클을 참 많이 쓰지만 우리가 지금 얘기하는 어떤 문제를 태클하려고 한다. 그럼 문제를 붙잡고 해결하려고 하는 것이라고 보시면 되겠습니다. 다시 한번 제가 읽어볼게요. The Australian government will ban foreign investors from buying established houses for the next 2 years as part of an election pitch to tackle surging home prices. Now let's move on to the final headline.
Greece's capital, Athens, is taking significant steps to combat rising summer temperatures and aging infrastructure, using EU funds to restore access to a 24-kilometer underground aqueduct built nearly 2,000 years ago by Roman Emperor Hadrian.
그리스 수도 아테네가 여름철 기온 상승과 인프라 노후화를 극복하기 위한 중요 조치로 2000년 전 로마의 하드리아누스 황제가 건설한 24km 길이의 고대 지하 수로를 유럽연합기금의 지원을 받아 복구하기로 했습니다.
Nice read. Well done. That was perfect.
I think the difficulty comes in the fact that the words change when they're written in Korean and then they're spelt out so differently.
Right.
So in English, these words are easier to read in English for me anyway, but a little bit tricky when it comes to, writing it out and spelling it in Korean. Nonetheless.
Well, you said it very beautifully.
Thank you. All right, tell us about this.
Yeah, this is quite interesting. So this they call it Hadrian's Aqueduct, as we mentioned in the headline. It's this long underground channel. It was constructed in the year 140. And it's
140.
Yes.
No number in front of that.
No.
Oh my
140, and it's
Wow.
been hailed as an engineering marvel. Last year, the public utility company, they warned Athenians, which would be people that live in Athens. Sometimes you hear Seoulites, New Yorkers, Londoners. So Athenians, that they need to save drinking water because apparently reserves had shrank. Now the company, they've decided to try to get water from this aqueduct. They're saying that it won't be of drinking quality, but it can be used to irrigate parks and gardens in the summertime, because prior to this, people in Athens were using drinking water for that type of thing. So what they're trying to do is, okay, let's use drinking water for drinking. We can use this water for other things like watering our gardens and parks.
와우. 자, 지금 얘기하고 있는 이 지하 수로가요. 서기 140년 정도에 만들어진 거라고 좀 설명해 주셨죠. The aqueduct was made in 140 AD?
Yeah.
Wow, I had to double check.
I know.
It's a very long
I
time.
know. It's insane, isn't it?
그래요. 그래서 AD가 서기 몇 년이 되겠고, 그다음에 우리가 보통 기원전이라고 할 때는 BC를 붙이죠. 자, let's look at some expressions here. combat라는 표현을 좀 보면서 더 얘기해 볼까요?
So you said combat, which so this word, when we use it as a noun, fighting, we'll usually say combat, right? Combat forces, or there was heavy combat in, this area of Ukraine, for example. When we use it as a verb, we tend to pronounce it as combat. And then that also means to fight something, but it can be used to, combat rising temperatures, combat inflation. That's what the central banks have been trying to do for the last few years.
It's like tackle in this case,
Exactly.
isn't it?
Yeah.
그래요.
How do you deal with it? How do you fight it?
맞아요. 아까 우리 tackle 배웠는데 지금 말하는 combat도 비슷한 의미라고 보시면 되겠습니다. 뭔가 대처하고 문제를 풀려고 하는 그런 모습이고요. 보통 이제 명사일 때는 combat, 그리고 동사일 때는 combat라고 한다고 얘기해 주셨는데 as a verb, I believe in England you can still say combat,
Yeah,
but
sure.
but as in North America it's more common to go with combat. 이렇게 스트레스가 좀 달라질 수 있습니다.
And I could probably say it both ways, to be honest with you.
그래요. And what about underground aqueduct?
So this is like a water channel, like a tunnel, covered trench, and aqueducts are just built to transport water from a source to a destination.
그래요. underground는 뭐 잘 아시죠? 지하. aqueduct에서 aqua 이게 이제 물과 관련됐다라는 어원이고 duct라는 게 어떤 통로거든요. 그래서 aqueduct는 지하 수로가 되겠습니다. How do you spell aqueduct?
Right, that's a bit of a tricky one. AQUEDUCT. And always remember, I think most people know this, but maybe some kids out there, if you have a spelling test, after Q, you always need a U.
That's a useful one.
Yeah, every word in the English language that has a Q will always be followed by a U.
몇 가지 이런 룰들이 있어요. 스펠링의 룰인데 Q 다음엔 항상 U가 따라온다. And there's another one, a lot of people know, I before E except after C. 이런
Right.
것도 많이 얘기해요. But I think there are some exceptions with that one in the dictionary.
Sometimes, right.
Generally
But
speaking.
Q, so everyone, I'm sure kids will know, sometimes the teacher will say, we're going to have a quiz. How do you spell quiz? Q-I-Z. No, Q-U-I-Z.
아하, 그래요. 여러분도 한번 잘 생각해 보시면 Q 다음에는 항상 U가 오나? 저도 지금 생각해 보니까 그러네요. Okay, I'm going to read the headline one more time. Greece's capital Athens is taking significant steps to combat rising summer temperatures and aging infrastructure using EU funds to restore access to a 24-kilometer underground aqueduct built nearly 2,000 years ago by Roman Emperor Hadrian. And that's it for the headlines with Ray.